Yeah.
Hey, welcome everybody to Battle Pirates Crib. We're going to talk about short fuse, and I don't know. I think the Punisher 2 is living up to its bloodlines at this point in time, as far as staying around a lot longer than people thought it would. So let me go ahead and introduce everybody. The link is in the right-hand side in case anybody'd like to join the show. Magic Mike.
Hello, folks.
And Derpy.
They were feeling pretty.
Glad to hear it. And Lady Cat.
Hello.
Hello. So let's take care of what we can skip. Bug fixes, Mike. All right. The 132s eventually did come. So the next one. All right. Back one. Okay, there we go. Next week again we have the FM. It's going to be 4 weeks of FM. So it's going to give you plenty of time to get some FM tokens to get your cloud, your Everest flag built and whatnot. And one more click. And there is going to be a special activity despite what the NA that's there. And let's take a quick look at BP next week. Alrighty. We're getting Sword of Legion already.
What?
Yeah, those usually run during bounty.
Yeah. So, yeah, Sword of Legion, which is going to give you upgrade tokens and build tokens for your Gladius. Are they going to run it twice? This is interesting. Maybe they thought that people weren't doing bounty because it was more important to get the Sword of Legion TLC done, and there really isn't much to rank up in VXP. That sort of makes sense to me. Thoughts?
Well, they must have listened to the show because that's why I didn't play Bounty.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. We are going to lose the 142 in the
143.
143 and gain a new FM target that is aimed at the Everest as well. And again, like I said earlier, it's going to be a 4-week FM, and we're going to get an engineer diary. Featuring an update on HTML5. And they're not even teasing the Saw Factory anymore. So that's going to happen on Tuesday. And we're going to get the much anticipated PvE Hall calendar. We can always figure out how many weeks are in a month. And I don't know. Do we have bets on whether it's going to be right or wrong at this point?
Well, I put mine in Discord community media, so if they just look at that, it will be right.
Yeah, it's or at least as a template. So, anybody have any thoughts about BP next week?
It's really, really strange, like we said, to have that campaign back so soon.
Yeah, it is interesting because everybody's going to be able to fill up on Gladius upgrade tokens. And this is usually the week where I'm actually upgrading my flag.
Speaking of flag, maybe they're going to put like VXP tokens in there for the flag and stuff.
I don't really. I would doubt that.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
It'll be too late anyway, won't it? Wait. No. Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
Alrighty. So, not anybody has anything else on BP? Well, I guess the lessons learned here is don't lock your Gladiuses up too long for in an upgrade. Like I would have normally, like I said, I would have normally put my flag into upgrade this week, so it would be ready for this TLC when it came out the following week. But it looks like it's going to pop up the first week. So short upgrades, and we have the fourth week. It really depends on what situation you're in. This might give you more time to build your Everest, depending on what your situation is.
That's what I was referring to when I said BXP. I'm sorry. You were talking Gladius. I was talking Everest.
Okay. Alrighty. And then I did a little, I was shopping around on Amazon, and I was surprised to see how entrepreneurial. Can you go to the next slide? Young Derpy has been. It's an interesting marketing twist that I really wouldn't have gone for that as your, one of the first items that you would want to brand yourself with as far as selling to the community.
Well, it was in demand 6 months ago, so I'm listening to player feedback and releasing this high quality, best in class product, which I've definitely seen right before. I've definitely seen before this. This is definitely not the first time I've seen this product. It's when Bounty 48 comes around or Bounty 36 comes around, you can buy 1.5 of these. It's a 24 pack, which is great.
Yeah.
And it's only 0.3 pounds for 24 rolls, so I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. I'm a little bit confused how it's 100% virgin white paper, and at the same time, Rainforest Alliance certified.
Well, what you have to be focusing on is the 2-ply system. You don't just want 1-ply in toilet paper. You need comfort.
Yeah, and it's interesting how you refer to it as a system. But okay. Well, all right. I guess if we're done with this shameless plug, we can move on to the next slide. All righty. Short fuse. I know in the pre-show, Mike was saying that he was having difficult, even with the same builds. I think all of us have getting this target done for less than
hour and a half. Best
hour and a half. Okay.
On the 132.
Yeah. One of the things that I talked to somebody at Kickside, and they said that they were efforting it. It is difficult to tell people how to drive this target properly without the 40 range aura being there that increases your survivability, because you do need to tank things. I don't know, Derpy, did you have any? It's just sort of like by feel at this point, as opposed to, keep it inside of this ring that does not exist and has existed in all of our previous hulls that have this 40 range ring that adds survival.
Yes. Yeah, if you go outside of 40 range, you move one ship away from anything else. It's that aura. It's on all of them. It's going to suffer, especially if you move the flagship. So I've just been defaulting to keeping everything a little bit more closely together.
Okay, and that's the problem, that I was keeping them too close together for a while, and because I was getting 6 or 7 minutes damage on my back ships. And then I learned to just sort of like spread it out. So I think a lot of it has to do with your damage distribution. If you're getting a lot of damage on your back 4 ships and you're tanking too close. But I don't know, maybe later on we'll drive through, have a walk through a couple of the targets and or a target or two, and people can get a feel for it if they're having an issue where they're getting a lot of damage on your back ships. Is that one of the issues that you're having, Mike? How much damage are you getting on like ships 2 through 5?
You know, a lot. More on the flag, obviously, but too much on the back ships. And it's almost like I feel like I'm driving them stacked when I look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they're getting too close to being stacked type of situation.
Okay.
Or damage. The damage taken is similar to stacking.
Okay. Alrighty. How's everybody else doing in the raid? I just noticed.
I got my raid
minutes.
done by using the next level down. I just did those, and I finished that this morning.
Oh, you finished your raid?
Well, with the must-haves.
Okay. Does that include the tokens?
The tokens? No. It just includes it's the special and the ship on them.
Specials, aren't they limited?
There's 5. You can get 5 of those.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just killing time to see what the new prizes were. It's punch drive system and the Scorpio heavy railgun. So I don't know if that excites anybody.
The punch drive system should have been offered for the last 6 events. It goes very well with the Piranha.
Okay. Alrighty. And it's a non-limited blueprint, while the Scorpio heavy railgun is limited, and you can claim up to 5. I don't know. I saw your video out, Derpy, with the Punisher. I also saw Crying Lady's video. Different approaches. And one of the interesting points, unless you want to get to this later, you don't take advantage of this mechanic in yours. She's doing it for instant repair on the map, but she's taking advantage of the mechanic that if you retreat,
that's sneaky. I thought about that and I mentioned that.
Yeah,
but I actually haven't done that.
So when you do that, you kill out those turrets.
Okay, when you retreat, any of the silos that have exploded will re-explode, so you don't have to go back in and kill off the ones that are half killed. You know, if you half kill a turret, if you retreat and then come back in, they're going to be dead if they were half dead before, because the silos are re-exploded.
Oh.
And so that is, if you're able to get it for instant repair on the map, that time of retreating once and going back in is, quite advantageous, as opposed to having to go into your dock and repair. Is one of the things I wouldn't. James is asking this question, and I've run across this once before. Did they change the 132 so you're going to have to kill all the buildings before you can leave one of the silos that needs the fuse lighter to set it off? I did run into that yesterday. It doesn't recur all the time. I don't understand it. If you do run into that issue, if you just send one ship and fuse light that one large silo in the middle, and then run away, you don't have to kill it. You just have to fuse light it. You just have to get within the 25 aura range, and you will start the countdown to 0, 3, 2, 1, and that will finish off the target. Derpy, were you about to show something, or?
I was just going to show the ascending silo.
Okay. So you agree with it? That's this one. Oh, you're running into the same issue. Okay.
No, I'm going to use.
You still haven't killed it yet.
And the target ends when it's still alive.
Okay. Yeah, so. But yours is counting down. But I have run into that same issue, James. So I don't know what causes it. I guess you're maybe I never fired at it the first time, but you know. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, we ran through on the Wednesday show the targets using the Gladius. Are you interested in running through it with the Punisher Derpy?
Yeah, that seems like that could be helpful.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
a bad.
It's a little bit different than the strategy with the Gladius, and I don't know if you've updated yours at all as far as because you basically used a lot of your old techniques with the Gladius, from what I saw, as opposed to like, you know, coming in from the other side where you have the mountains are more, you know, I don't know. It can happen in a lot of ways. So.
I wish I could find that one that I was talking about earlier.
Hey, KB, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Oh, pretty good.
Shoot.
So, like we were saying, this takes advantage of the fact that the radioactive weapons, the launchers, are not blocked by the mountains. So, starting here, nothing's shooting at me originally. I was just going to stack up and charge pretty much directly in. Is there a different way, different method? Should I go from a different angle?
I've only tried it on the 132. I do not know the 130 that well. I honestly, I've only hit the 130 late at night and just like autoed 5 of them, and then I do the 132s. I drive them. I have not yet actually to drive the 130. So.
We just beat. Okay. One question. As I say, are you beaching them?
Well, that wasn't a perfect start here. I did take some damage on them, but you can see this one on the left is being blocked by these mountains. So is this one right here, and the one on the right as well. They're all being blocked, so I just sit there and kill it.
Right.
Then I can sneak forward and blast this thing. I guess if I retreated once or twice and came back in, this harpoon would also be dead.
Yeah. But if it's not firing at you, is it?
It's not firing,
but the mountains are blocking.
Yeah. But the 132 that comes in more it's more advantageous because you don't have the mountains in certain instances.
You cannot do this with the Gladius because you can't Gladius
fire over the mountain.
Go through them over the mountains. Okay.
Fully upgraded, you can.
Yeah, I've got one at X1, and it does. If it shoots at a mountain, it can go over it with the effect that it has, which is interesting.
Yeah, because they call it cannon, but I guess the MIRVs go over.
Which it doesn't explain that it's a MIRV, and I don't really remember how those things really work in terms of what you can buff and what you can't buff.
Yeah, so generally what you're doing is you're leading with your flag, which has higher evade than the rest of the ships, and you're hiding behind all the scrap mountains for the direct fire turrets, because the only thing that fires over mountains is the phlogiston launchers. The rest of them, in theory, are stopped by the mountains. Correct?
Yep.
Now, if you retreated and came back in, that one turret would be gone, right?
Yep.
You're killing right now. Okay. This is where I really get in trouble, right here.
Why didn't you go up to get the behind the scrap mountains?
I guess I could have gone all the way around and not at this angle.
Yeah.
But I guess I just went inside the minimum range instead, and now I'm shooting at this one with
But
the
the launcher would still be shooting at him anyway.
Okay.
I guess I could have done it that way. I guess I should go around here to get this one. Otherwise, it will start shooting at me, because these right here, they don't really look like mountains to me.
No. But they did show us in the strategy guide. They did show us the six to eight mountain configurations. Yeah, because they look too close. Those are exploded silos.
Those three are in the beginning.
Yeah, they looked a little too. They look a little too close to that. But that's something that we had a concern about on Wednesday, was the fact that there's a lack of contrast between the turrets in regards to making them easily distinguished.
I have a big problem with it just because of my eyesight, but I can imagine if somebody's even got really good eyesight, they just blend.
I've got a problem with it too.
Yeah.
And you're a young guy. I mean, I don't know. I just have issues with seeing contrast, and it's not an excuse. I still finished the darn thing, but it's just hard to see. So I got trapped a couple of times. And then you could say I should have known they were there, but that's a whole different issue.
Okay, mostly
Actually,
ballistic.
took some ballistic because I messed up a bit at the beginning and didn't have quite the good path. But I mean, there's 25 minutes damage.
That's still.
Yeah, you can have a little extra on the flag than instant repair.
I've seen people screenshots of this saying they've done it for under 5 minutes on the map. So.
Holy crap!
No, I've seen videos of it. Yeah, I've seen videos. Like I said, Crying Lady. Well, that's with the 132. She does them both for that, but the 132 is the one that I paid attention to.
Wow.
Wow, cool. I have 8 of them. I can only do the lower target with Gladius. I've been finished. You want to? Okay. Yeah, the Punisher is we just the 130, and some point soon, a couple minutes, we'll do the 132. And yeah, it's if done properly, it's less damage than the Gladius. So
yeah,
I'm sure this is going to be not something that I would recommend planning on for the next raid cycle.
Here's the thing: if Kixeye wants to take a real approach to fixing the issue, the reason the X1 upgrade for the Gladius is good is because it has this radioactive weapon, this fire lance cannon that can shoot over the mountains and do that. Now the same reason, and that is good because it can shoot over the mountains. Well, the Punisher is good because it can shoot over the mountains. Now, I guess Kixeye could go out and tier lock the thing so that if I find a target here of the 130 variety, it says allowed tiers here are tier 8 and tier 9. I guess they could just say, nope, you can only bring in tier 9 holes. But that, I don't know that they will. And Kixeye knows exactly what people are using in the targets already. Us sharing this info doesn't affect it. And I guess the Punisher is a tier 9 hole, so they'd have to lock it to 9.5 plus instead of 9 plus, which would just create extra difficulties. You can even bring, say, a Dragoon into these targets if you wanted to.
Yeah, Lucius is suggesting strikes.
I scrapped all mine.
And I don't think that the damage output would be enough, considering the power creep that we see in PvE.
Yeah, the Gladius is only doing, if you have an X1 fleet, it's only doing about 2.3 billion damage per shot.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we don't have. Well, I guess we do have the strategy guide in the slides. We got 2 minutes. I'm going to go back over to Mike and let us know when you're finished. Let's go to. Let's see. 1 second. Let's just start with slide 12. We're going to go through these fairly quickly. Okay, this one's okay. Last block by mountains. Okay, we can go to the next one. Okay. Damage is blocked by mountains. Position yourself behind a mountain to take advantage of this. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Are those actually blocked by mountains? Because I haven't seen that happening.
But the large ones, I don't know. I don't know how you
get behind a mountain.
Yeah, and you can't kill it with the other one. And
because you got to get right next to it to light it.
And go to the next slide. Okay, blocked by mountains, yes. Go ahead, next slide.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Blocked by mountains, yes. Only the launcher is not affected by the mountain. One more. So this is the only thing that will go over the mountains. And one more.
Yeah, and if you're close, you can see they got a very high arc. So
Yeah.
regardless.
Everything else is blocked by mountains. So, more slides. Yeah, this is all the different scrap mountains. So I'm going to go back to you, Derpy. With 16 seconds to spare.
Sweet.
And this is with no crew. If you were going to run a crew, I'd say a Dragon Slayers, maybe a Sea Serpent is your best bet.
I was thinking Sea Serpent because of the evade on the flag, but
if you're already at, I'm about what, 70% evade. It's
yeah, so
not
it's at 25, which is actually 12. You know.
So, should I be approaching this from this 9 o'clock angle that I've been hitting it at?
Well, the version that I saw, they were hitting it from around 3 o'clock. But this is the one so I don't, I mean, I don't want to,
I can't read it. Which
misdrive you the whole time.
32. Okay.
Well, I did one before the show and got over an hour damage, so it's not.
The one I saw, the guy came in around 8 o'clock. I can't find the doggone YouTube that I was looking for, or the video that I was looking for.
Yeah, the best one I've seen is Crying Lady, and she did an instant repair.
Wow.
So, but this, if it's going to be 9 minutes, it's
9 minutes, fine. Mike would be a happy camper.
Yep. And the nice thing about the Punishers is they have longer range than the Gladius, so you have to be a little less cautious when dealing with the throwers.
So you're saying just stay behind mountains and stuff, and you're
stay behind mountains. Lead with the tank, assuming you have a high evade tank, and target the phlogiston launcher first, because that's the only one, as long as you're properly positioned behind the mountains, that is going to do you any damage.
And even if you don't have a high evade ship as a tank, the leading with one instead of having them stack will mean if you do take splash damage, it's only on that one. So there you saw me shockwave the building, trigger the damage across all these different silos here, and a whole bunch of them are down. And I guess I could probably retreat and get instant repair at this point and come back in, although that wouldn't be helpful in terms of doing damage because there's nothing that needs to be killed that isn't already.
Yeah, this bottom right island is the place where that would come in handy.
If you kill the first turret, that generally kills the rest of that island too, I think, from memory.
But if you come in from what time would that be? That would be 4:30. 4:30. You come in that way. As long as he skirts around that harpoon, he's not going to get fired at by anything. And then if he retreats afterwards, because it's only going to half kill the harpoon and the phlogiston up above, if he retreats and comes back in, they'll both be dead. It'll only be half dead. After he creates the chain reaction with the silos.
I guess as dirty as that makes me feel, I should go ahead and try that.
Well, at least you have probably a plentiful amount of toilet paper to clean up.
If you go just right up against the wall there and beach it, you'll get that one on the left. The harpoon, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but then this thing's also shooting at me right here.
Yeah. When I did it, it wasn't firing at me. I guess it was slightly. But that didn't make sense.
Right,
why it would have been firing
right
at me?
in the corner.
Because I stayed right. No, but what I'm saying, I stayed up next. I think I was just a little bit lower. I stayed right up next to the mountain until I got the retreat because it wasn't firing at me anymore. But as an example, if he goes back in, you saw how they were 2/3 dead. Oh, just over.
This is good.
You saw how they were 2/3 dead at that point. When he goes back in, they're gonna die.
They're gonna fix that shit.
I don't know if they can.
I hope not.
See, they're there now. Boom.
I'm watching on the tube, so there's a delay, but
Yeah, and there we go. Now we're getting resolution back and forth there with Derpy. Okay, but the resolution's fine now. But you saw how they died afterwards.
I notice it now. Yeah.
But the first thing is, first thing to target is the phlogiston launcher, because the rest of the stuff is just banging into the wall.
Cool.
I guess I could do the same trick right here if I wanted to.
Yeah, you could have a work.
I guess I'd have to run away first and everything. It's faster to just kill it.
Run away.
I guess to kill these, I should approach from the top here, so I'm going to swing all the way around.
But that's still awesome. Look at that.
It takes a long time to drive this thing for 500,000 points for 500,000.
Yeah, but if you're not spending 5-10 minutes in the dock,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but in the 5-10 minutes you're in the dock, you can go get a beer or a Pepsi or a sangria
or a nice hamburger.
Smoke a joint.
or lots of things you can do.
Yeah. Or you could get on Amazon and order some of Derpy's toilet paper for $19.99.
You could drink a Massacre. It's official Hefe's birthday drink. Happy birthday, Hefe.
Well, thank you. It's already come and gone.
I know.
We weren't supposed to tell anybody. He doesn't want anybody to know he can get the AARP discount now.
I didn't get the message.
No, he's not a dairy 70.
I'm 26 now. Yeah, so everything at this point is blocked by the mountains.
Oh shit.
And I didn't have to use the razor's edge of barely outranging that turret there. It just died easily. It seems like these targets were almost, except for the high health, it seems like they're better for the Punishers.
Yeah. And and them telling us in the strategy guide to use the mountains. It seems like that was, they were already playing around with it in X1, or they were using Punishers.
Either of which they should not be doing.
Yeah.
That would have been used the next ones.
Okay. So you hit both targets,
Ooh.
got your 1,000,000 points, And what your instant repair on the dock?
Maybe a little. Nah, not quite.
Yeah, most of it's on the flag.
But if I had done that on the first time, it would have been because I had 7 minutes originally. Maybe you have to spend 1 minute of time repairing, but I don't care about that. Well, there you go. That's how you do your raid for free with last year's fleet if you want to.
That's just freaking incredible. Find that. Oh my god.
Well, 6 months ago.
I mean, I saw that just before the show. This part of it. I mean, not this. This technique. I just saw it before the show, and I said, "What?" I did watch Derpy do it earlier with the puns, but I didn't get a chance to try that.
Okay.
And I was impressed with that. And then it's like, I don't have the good hand-eye coordination, and it's kind of tough for me to do this tanking stuff very effectively. So I have trouble with it. So this is a much easier.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good way to do it, because I don't think the tanking stuff requires good eye-hand coordination if you do it intelligently.
Okay.
No, because you can do things like what I do is I'll put the first ship out a little ahead, about a boat length. Then I group them all together, and then I aim at a turret. And then when I aim at the turret, and then I'll just push the number 1, and I'll just click that one a little bit further ahead. Some people do it, Derpy, a lot of times it seems you do it more free spirit, like you're willing to keep it keep it ahead. But I break them apart, put them back together, and then I just put it an inch ahead, and I'm not relying on any lightning fast reflexes to get it done. It's just a matter of planning ahead and knowing the target.
I keep ending up getting stacked up again, looking at the screen, looking at the keyboard, looking at this, looking at that, making sure I hit the right key. And it's just.
Yeah. But if I don't know how to demonstrate it properly, but if you were going to, if you wanted to stay tanked, you start away from a distance, and you put your flag about on my screen like an inch ahead, whatever 40 range is, and you're
whatever you guess 40 range think is based on some arbitrary standard you have in your head somehow.
Yeah,
you want the front ship to be able to at least touch the back ones, right? More or less.
Yeah, I don't know the exact, but the whole idea is you start them out that way, and then you click on whatever a phlogiston in this case, that's a distance away. You click on that, they start moving. You click the 1 button, and then you will. Okay, I skipped a step. Once you click on that phlogiston, you'll see a spot on the water where they're all going to go to, all 5 ships.
Right.
And so what you do is at that point, because you still got a couple seconds till they show up there, you click the 1 button, which is your flag, and then you put that I have all 5 dots together. You put that first ship an inch ahead of that.
Yeah.
See, now all 5 ships are going to arrive and shoot at that target, but the first ship is going to be an inch ahead of it, and hopefully out of the splash range of the other ships.
I hear that. I just can't seem to make it happen. But
okay.
What I'm noticing with this raid is it is less auto-friendly than the Mutineer raid, and it is also it's harder to get up to to drive these targets for low repair. Is it possible? Yes, but it's harder and less auto-friendly.
Okay.
But you only do need 6 million points, so.
Yeah. And Alucius is informing us that Shrike's probably not the way to go.
no.
Yeah, because really the flag was only the one good one out of the strikes.
Yeah.
Virtually every target we used to do with them was done purely with the with the flag, the rest of them were just there to provide bonuses or whatever.
Moral support.
Yeah, pretty much.
Herd immunity. So, all right, I'll be back in a second if you guys can hold the fort for a couple minutes.
And my strikes are long gone.
You didn't even keep one around just for memories?
Nope.
Yeah. Well, would you have the... Oh, go ahead.
When I let go of my very first ships that I used in the game, you know, my BCX and my Kodiaks and my I kept my Frosty.
Did you save a she-wolf? Sea-wolf?
You know, I never built Seawolves.
Oh,
I came
changer.
after. I know. I can't believe it either. Trust me. All you old timers have yelled at me for that for years.
Honey,
But I'm about a year or two behind a lot of you people.
the first time I built a Sea-wolf, I got when the first one 50. When the first one finished, I had 50. There was a bug, and it built 50 instead of one.
Wow.
Everything was full of Sea-wolves. Maybe I got the wrong number, but every single spot was full of a Sea-wolf that was empty. That was cool.
Yeah,
Sorry, Kix. You did it, not me.
yeah, long time ago.
It was a long, long time ago. I can still remember.
Predators were more interesting.
What was Predators?
Predators.
I don't remember. I did eventually build those when they started bringing back some of the old ships. That was kind of cool.
Like one of the real big things was killing a 71 cargo with Predators. Now that took a bit of doing.
Now, the first ship that really made me happy was the Nighthawk, the flag. What was it called?
The Phantom Nighthawk?
The Phantom Nighthawk. To be invisible on the map was amazing.
For me, it was a Punisher.
Ghost Crawler was the one I had the most fun with.
Never got one.
I got that the first raid they came out, and then I terrorised people for about 3 months. Guess you could go around sinking anything, and there wasn't a thing they could do about it.
They just don't build them like they used to.
They could build a proto-nemesis to sink your ghost crawler.
Yeah, well, there wasn't too many of the protos around either. I remember there was probably 2 or 3 that people had got from doing the Drac bases, but that was the only way you could get one, and the drop rate on them was even worse than the drop rate on the Rogue Cruise at the moment.
Rick says one X1 hull can do these targets easily.
Yeah, that's not something I've tried. I figure you get enough bonuses from everything that it'd be better to use all of them as long as only one ship's taking damage.
Rick, come on the show and explain.
Well, we did also have the game go down yesterday or the day before.
Yes, it was down for 2 or 3 hours.
And did that actually affect you because of your time zone, KB?
Yeah, I was sitting around twiddling my thumbs for that bloody time.
Well, how'd you feel about 2 million raid points and a 12-hour build token as compensation for it?
Well, what's the point of a 12-hour build token when nothing costs 12 hours to bloody repair? You know, it might be good if it's not in raid time, but even then, I'm not sure what the maximum build is on anything now, because I virtually never let anything get that far dead.
Well,
they would have been better splitting it up and giving you 2 6 hours or something like that.
Yeah, that would have been better for the players. My assumption as to why they, yeah, probably the best one. my assumption to why they did that is so that they said, okay, here's the problem. You could have been online hitting a target and drove to a spot, parked inside a thrower, and taken a bunch of damage. Now, to solve that, and you could potentially have had one whole fleet dead. To solve that, they're going to give you a repair one fleet token. That's my assumption of why they went for that one 12-hour build token. And they gave out 2 million raid points if you missed the time, like KB was sitting around twiddling his thumbs. And I mean, they gave it to everyone. I didn't get affected. Most US players, I don't think, would have, and everyone got things. So.
No, well, luckily I'd just killed the target and I'd gone back to base and I was repairing, but there was quite a few people on the forums that had just had a target started when it went down. And so of course they lost their fleet completely.
Okay,
that's why they got their repair token.
Yeah, okay. So that makes sense. Hey, Lucius, how are you doing? And remember to mute your tubes before you unmute yourself.
I'm good. I have a Hellstar that has at half repair 18 hours left, so I could use the 12 hour.
Or you could scrap it for resources.
Oh my God, what a waste of time that was.
TSM will probably use his on his Man of War. I know he likes that.
And you know what? It's a garrison ship that has missiles, and the best thing I can put on it are Predators because all the missiles are assault class. I freaking hate that.
Yeah, because I guess garrison is, explosive and penetrative. So yeah, but they haven't released anything in Eons that takes care of your needs. Maybe next in a year from now, when when they get rid of the Everest, maybe the next one will be a missile-based ship.
Just like the Pun 2 isn't a cannon, right?
Have I any more slides?
Let me look and see if there's
I'll just
anything.
leave it up. I'll leave it up if you're not done.
No, I'm just trying to look and see if there's anything that we should be, unless we want to go back to, Derpy's marketing endeavor. But yeah, I don't see anything left in the slides that we could use. So you can drop them if you want.
Okay.
I just tried to target with an X1 one Pun, and I was taking too much damage, so I had to exit.
Yeah, Rick's saying one X1 Hall can do these targets easily, but I'm
Mhm.
assuming it's
For clouds.
A Gladius,
Yeah,
I would think.
yeah, I'm thinking it's a Gladius because it can shoot over.
It ain't a Pun.
Yeah.
Wonder how much damage you'd get. And it probably takes longer.
Yeah, it takes longer, but I don't know, because the only thing that you would that we've seen that you need to destroy quickly would be the
launches.
Yeah.
And would that be auto? Can you auto with that?
No, I don't think it's auto. I can't see it being auto, at least on
No.
Yeah.
Because it'd probably finish up running into the ballistas.
Yeah, maybe on the on the 130s, but yeah, I don't know. I do not know, but yeah, definitely on the 132.
I'm gonna try this 130 with a stack of Puns. So, what turret do I want to stay away from?
Well, you
All
want
of
to
them?
Okay, that's easy.
do you want to share a screen and then run through it? And Derpy can do the the instructional play-by-play.
Well, I'm being stupid, so I don't care.
No, but I'm saying if you want, you could get some some private tutoring. If you,
Private one we all watch.
Put that link. I put that link to the one that I saw earlier on the right.
Which one is the share screen one? Share screen. I don't know. We'll try that. How's that?
Share screen is on the StreamYard tab, and it's the one basically in the middle. Mute, start cam mic, share screen, invite, leave studio. So share screen is the one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
but
only half. I was only half.
There
I
we
was
go.
half done. That's what it was. So I
Yeah.
want to kill this thing and then get the hell out. Okay, that worked pretty good. Oh, I'm damaged. Oh.
Derpy, you there? Because I haven't hit the 130 with the Punishers.
Yeah, I'm looking at this one. Looks like you're just going to go around the outside island here. Next turret you're going to come up on is a Phlogiston. You're going to want to move your highest evade ship out a little bit ahead so it gets prioritized.
Oh, which
Taking
one
out
is
a couple
that?
other. Oh, whichever
Do you
one is
remember,
high
do you
evade.
remember which one of mine?
Which one of your ships? I haven't
You
seen
know,
yours
I
highest
can't
evade.
remember.
Yeah, it's probably the flag. I mean, with most conventional builds, the flag.
Oh yeah, it's the flag. That's
Get
right.
right next to it. Move the flagship out closer. Everything a little bit further away. And it's going to take a little while to kill that thing. Yeah, really high health there. I don't know if you're X1 or not, but that does help. And
They're all
those
X1.
upgrades.
No. You need to move those ships back because they're not firing. Okay, there we go.
Wow,
you
backseat
just-
drivers. Holy shit. Huh?
Well, that's what you signed up for here.
I know. Should I kill one of these silos instead and then have it blow up?
You could if you could move closer. You could move towards that one. It will be dead by the time you get there. And if you don't go behind the mountains, your thrower will actually be doing damage. Your heavy thrower.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
the
what he
heavy,
was saying
yeah.
is if he approached from a different angle, would it have blown it up? As opposed to him having to spend that time.
I would stack everything up and move one out ahead just barely. Just stay in the 40 range there. Gonna launch a volley or two at this harpoon.
Can't quite. Not quite the right angle.
And this was one of those instances where if you had retreated and came back in, that harpoon would be dead.
I would kill the short range turret and then move in closely because you were already really close to minimum range. Or you can go around there to the mountain.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
I
should put a blindfold on and let you just tell me where to click.
Okay, turn left, turn right. You gotta stay in that 40 range there.
Oh shit, that's too close. I forgot.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
No, the Phlogiston's shooting at him.
Piece of crap. Okay.
Make sure you stay inside those purple rings.
Yeah. God, how
does
this person colorblind play this game?
The Punishers have the purple rings that the Gladius needs, and hopefully we'll get that at some point soon.
Just one purple ring on the flag, or make it red or yellow or red or green rather. That's what I was going for. A green ring.
Yeah, it means gangrene.
Flag.
I'm so impressed I can do a Gladius target with puns. That's pretty weird. I like that. I would never have tried this.
You're getting hit.
Okay, I gotta get out of here.
There.
Yeah, it's just 2-on-1. I want 5-on-1 here.
You gotta practice.
Well, on this
That's
target,
what Pepe says too. But
definitely not used to that. Okay, I need to get this. I need to get this green thing going on here. Okay, the dog's going weird. He's like, "What are you talking? Who are you talking to, man?"
What did I do wrong?
God, my owner's messed up again. Let's see. What do I have? 2 left, right?
Yeah, and there's not
Probably zip around and get that green thing going. Okay.
Okay.
Just gonna get all of you to throw up. That's basically my goal here.
Yeah, because you have that. You're not taking advantage of that because you have that mountain that you could have stayed behind, but
I was getting hit by too many things.
Is this? I saw this on TSM's video with this flashing.
Oh, this. Yeah, I hate this.
Well, it doesn't happen with my targets.
It's in the settings. You can turn it off. If you would like to.
What is
So
it
at one
called?
point I must have liked that.
Is it called the seizure?
Seizure mode, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Just take them all off.
It's show firing arcs. Show friendly firing arcs.
No, I missed it. Where is it?
Effects.
Effects.
Oh, I thought I turned everything off.
Scroll down. No.
Oh,
Scroll
it's
down.
tucked away.
Show friendly firing arcs off. There you go.
There we go. No more.
Well, I survived. What can I say? Hour 40. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Not optimal, but you know.
You get that
Yeah.
driving down, you can do it differently.
Yeah. Oh, that's the first crack. So yeah, it's the 132s is what I need to do with that. Like I can get my 4 Gladius can do this target, but they kind of take quite a bit of damage.
Okay. Yeah, the 132. I mean, what do you think? As far as the logic behind it, the 132 seems easier. Don't you think, Derpy? You know, there's a lot more mountains, and there's a lot. You know,
I have a better job than the 130 myself, but
Okay.
I think I want to know what the biggest pyramid scan is.
Yeah. Here's my Hellstar. Look at this dumbass thing here.
Yeah, I'm going to take that into the target. But, you know, if you wanted to run through the 132 and...
Yeah, sure. I got a couple extra ones kicking around here somewhere. They're not X1 though, some of them. Let's see what I
well,
got.
you know.
What about goons? Can I use a goon on anything this month? See, I got one of these, like spare. This one doesn't have full weapons, so I don't think I'm going to use that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't...
no, it's close. I'll use it. What the hell?
Well, you know, even though they're damaged, I think you could probably finish through the target.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
You know, with the Punishers, not with the Dragoons. I would probably just use the X1's the one that you have.
14. Let's do this. Where's my guy? Over here. I'm getting a delay now. I don't know why. Oh, I know. I have a remote session going. Let me get rid of that. Let me see if I have.
Are you on MFC?
MSC.
I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
I don't think I have anything here. Oh, yeah. I'll use one of these guys here. Yeah, of course it's damaged. That's how I roll. Spend money. No. Come on, you piece of crap. Go. Wow. Yeah, I had a 403 problem just before this. I don't know why. There we go. I don't like how it lights up in HTML5. The target, when you hit it, it's the shading is really a little too subtle. Yeah, see how it's slightly gray? I don't like that.
Okay.
After I've clicked it, it's too hard to see. Okay, what am I doing? Anything?
I'll leave Derpy. Derpy's done way more of these with the Punishers than I have, so I'll leave it up to him.
So is
Oh,
this,
shit, I should try
this
leading
is
here.
the 132 here.
Yeah.
Yeah. My flag is, I think, this flag is U3.
Well, your screen's jumping around on me here. So I'd stack up, move one slightly out ahead, then stop. Just so
It's a
that-
U2. You want me to turn, you wanted me to turn the flashing back on?
Nope.
What's going on?
Why are you waving ships around here? Just pick one and stack everything else behind it.
I'm looking
And-
for X1. This is my X1 ship.
Okay.
Okay.
And move towards that flagstone with the X1 slightly ahead. Use that mountain there. Great. Keep moving. Well, if you stop here, you're gonna take some extra damage.
Oh.
Kill the. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, not that way. Not that way.
Too late.
Okay.
Okay, move the flag a bit closer to the phlogiston.
Oh,
there.
we'll kill that phlogiston before it. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
All right, there we go.
Now we kill the harpoon to the left of you.
Oh, the dog's going nuts now. Oh, he's gonna sing. Oh, it's getting louder.
Stop.
Wow.
Yeah, try to wiggle closer. Oh, okay. And you're stacked right now, so you're taking more damage. Now I would not. See, this is the problem with trying a different path that you haven't known before and don't plan out ahead of time. You get wrecked by those ballistas.
Yeah, I've done this, barely scratched this target with my Gladiuses, so I have no idea.
Stay off to
Yeah.
the left there,
I think he's a little damaged here.
and move that one tank slightly out ahead. Target the phlogiston.
Oh, why did it not stop?
Not that far. Then you go outside the purple ring and you lose the aura.
My machine is just behaving weird today, right now. Oh, what do I have that's got the green thing? There's one right there.
Now make
So
sure
then-
all ships are shooting at that if you want to get done quickly.
Are the mountains protecting me on this against this javelin?
Against that harpoon, yeah. Now I would
or harpoon, yeah. Okay, so what do you think now?
shockwave that big building, and
This one in the middle here?
No, the one you just killed. It didn't shockwave. Try and target that small fuel silo from where you're at right now without getting hit by the harpoon. And run away. Run away.
Nice.
Now you can't go further up or the ballista will kill you. I would continue around the target clockwise. On the outside so the mountains protect you.
Clockwise.
Nope. Counterclockwise. I lied.
That's what I thought you meant. I don't know. I've got the blindfold on, so I'm just going to trust you. I've lost my line. Oh, that's because I turned it off. Okay, so what do you think? Behind the mountains, and which one of these? I guess the radiation one, the one above it, right?
I'm not quite sure what your question was there.
These two turrets, I'll hit the top one first.
Yes. And
Okay. And stacked or tanked?
stay tanked. As long as
Okay.
something's shooting at you and doing damage, stay tanked.
Okay. And what's nasty up here? Okay, I can use a pinch on that up there. Why not? Okay, so now
And-
just try and settle down here a little bit better. Oh, he's damaged quite a bit. Wonder who did that.
Probably because it got hit by 2 or 3 ballista shots.
Well, gotta stick to what you're good at, you know?
And I'd move one ship a little bit out ahead of everything else so it gets targeted. And you really don't want it to shockwave either.
Oh, that ship's taking it. Now, I guess the same with this guy. Mount's not going to help me.
Hey, you're just going to have to move forward and one ship slightly ahead to kill that one.
Let's see.
And
What do
target-
I have here?
Target the fuel silo first so it does some damage.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so number 4 is the next one, so I'll use that one as well.
Just click on the turret or the fuel silo past it. Yep. I'd stop. Now, if you want to, you can swing all the way around the whole top of that target, or you can pinch it. If you do pinch it, try and move into the dead zone of those 2 harpoons directly close to both of them, so you're inside their minimum range. Or you can go around there.
Can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
So up
Go
right
around.
here?
Yeah, that angle's where you want. And if you can, stop pretty early so you're only being hit by one.
This one here.
By one.
I think I'm gonna pinch it. There's too bad there's nothing I can hit that won't blow it up. What's happening over here? It's pointed down. Okay. I just have little pinches here.
If you do this right, only one of those phlogistoms will be firing.
So maybe just a bit to the right.
You don't really need to pinch it, but make sure the mountains are blocking harpoons.
Yeah. Let's see. Is it going to pinch the... Oh, it did. Very nice. I was a little afraid that it wasn't going to pinch the phlogiston.
You need to move more off to your left.
I'm getting hit by something extra.
Because yeah, the mountains need to be blocking it.
Come on, buddy.
Now stop. They're both firing at once now.
Let's see.
As soon as you kill that phlogiston, I guess you can kill the harpoon there too. But now that second phlogiston is shooting at you.
So, just a little too... Is one being blocked or not? Can I knock out this this guy here and get protected by the mountains? Or I think I can actually by just coming left a little, right?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah, maybe. Let's give it a shot here. Come on, man. That's not the one I want.
Well, probably you should go further south.
Oh, yeah.
Further south, block that harpoon.
Oh, yeah.
To take out the phlogiston. South, your other south.
This range here?
No. Yeah, that range there. Hide behind that, and then you can take out the phlogiston while being blocked from the harpoon.
I'll give it a shot. How's that? No, I'm getting hit by the right.
Yeah, because you're
move further behind yourself. But you left that alive there.
Screw it.
See,
I'm coming this way.
But the problem is the phlogiston is still firing. Yeah, the phlogiston is still firing at you, and you're only shooting at it with one ship right now. There we go. Now we got all the ships involved.
Let's get this one out of the way.
Yeah, but that's not really the dangerous ones. Is the one that's 2/3 dead. So yeah, there we go.
I wish I could rotate counterclockwise by clicking over here, but it did work. Okay, a lot of times it turns the other way. Now I can pick that other one off because it's low range, so I can leave that for later.
Yeah, but you want to watch out for the other ones down here. Okay.
So which one first? This one.
Go more off to the whole left side of your screen first.
Yeah, that way you can hide behind the mountains so the harpoon doesn't fire at you. So
if you're not going to hide behind the mountains, you might as well use the Gladius. Move forward. Keep moving forward. Keep going. Okay, now moving towards that little gap right there.
See the little V or whatever?
No.
Backwards.
Click on the short range turret.
This guy here?
Just click on the short range turret.
This one?
The short range one.
Just
click on that. Just click on that. Do nothing else. Just click on that one. No, you don't. Just click on it.
Yep.
Just click on it.
And
don't stop. Just attack it. Just click on it.
Because you have longer range, so you don't need to stop.
Now, take one ship, your flagship, move that slightly ahead of everything else. Just slightly. Okay, now you're going to want to target the phlogiston.
This guy here.
Yeah.
So select everything, click on that one, move them closer.
Or the harpoon, but yeah. A little bit more. A little bit more for the phlogiston.
I think I got him.
Because that one's getting blocked. The phlogiston is still firing at you. There we go.
Yeah, I can see how this could take a bit to get it right, but at least I can shoot over mountains, so that's good. This is much better than my Gladiuses were doing, so this is good. I can complete some sets with this. Cool. Thanks. I'll work. Something to use my 12-hour token on.
Yeah, I could use a little practice, but yeah, you got it done.
First time I've done that target.
Alrighty. Is there anything else we should be talking about before next Wednesday? No.
I guess the new special. Do we how much have we covered that?
Oh yeah.
Well, we went through it as far as like
they really screwed us.
It seems to me it's one use that I do see is if you build the flagship separately with high velocity rounds as 6 anti-mortars, it frees you up to put this special on your 4 back ships to do more damage dealers instead of countermeasures. But I don't think it's necessarily a must-have. But there is a use for it that I can see being one of the better Gladius builds, or one of the better Everest builds out there.
Yeah, and the thing that we did discuss on Wednesday is the fact that we don't really know the impact of the flag by itself in regards to an additional 6 countermeasures shutting everything down. And we don't know what the next target looks like as well, as far as like how all that balances together. I think on Wednesday we left it as sort of like a wait and see. Let somebody else coin it and then figure out if there's a way for it to work, because countermeasures are so difficult because we don't have the evade numbers. We don't have any of the stats on the PvE targets to understand exactly how to counter them. And, some of the mechanisms in the countermeasures as far as like when they fire and whatnot are sort of left in the murky depths. So it's I don't know. I mean, the way I look at it, did they test it properly? Did they test it properly relative to the other standard builds that are out there?
And not Kickstar's idea of what we should be building, how we're actually building and using it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like the standard builds that are already out there, did they compare it to that before they dropped this? Or
You
was
could
it
guess
part of
no.
What?
You could say no.
Well, I could say no, but I don't know that I'd be correct. But I could say it. But yeah,
They don't tend to test things particularly well, do they? Particularly when there's alternate stuff that seems to break whatever they intended us to do.
No, I think they just don't test, period.
They told us they intended us to drive this raid stacked. If you're gonna want us to drive the raid stacked, I'm not going to look at turrets that do splash damage and drive stacked. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's tricky to figure out what what's going to happen at that point. But I think we agreed on Wednesday that basically get them and then don't throw them on. Wait till see if it somebody's going to figure out if it works in some way or function, and then make your own build based off of the functionality of what we see. I know it's because we can't really rely on any math or any understanding without seeing these things in action, because I've seen that the HVR explosive system build has a projectile speed bonus of 193 or 173?
193.
193. And then I saw somebody, and also that includes Hyper 30. And I saw somebody said that they weren't blocking out all of the mortars if they drop the Hyper 30, which, drops that down to 163. But the building damage difference between these ships is huge.
The building damage per second is twice as good using Ascension mortar system in K2 versus, say, Explosive 4 and high velocity rounds.
Yeah.
It's double.
So where does that balance occur? If you're doing twice as much damage, but you're letting some of them in, and then also you add in, okay, I'm going to put six more Gale 4s on there. And so I got 6 more things firing at them to block them out. Where do you draw the line? When do you make the decision that, based on what we know right now, is it bad or good? If you're going to be killing things twice as fast, but not blocking as much, but you're going to be fired at for twice as long.
And my ships are doing too much damage, honestly, right now. And I don't even have the Ascension mortar system on there.
Well, you also went combustion as opposed to explosive system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That might be my problem.
Because I don't have that. I don't have that issue. Where I have to retreat and not put too many salvos at something, because I don't have because the combustion system increases your spread while the explosive system decreases your spread and puts more damage on the target, while the combustion system puts more damage or creates a larger area of damage.
Well, that must be strange because I went high velocity and combustion system.
Mm-hmm.
So
which might be a good combo, because you're doing way less building damage. You're doing less damage, so you're not going to run into the same issue. Because Derpy went combustion combined with K2, so he's doing a lot of damage over a large area, and so. One of the things I've seen when he hits the target is he needs to be mindful of potential places to splash points, or whatever we want to call them, places to aim at that he's going to then splash off, and potentially killing his splash points, or whatever we want to call them. Is that explaining your issue, Derpy?
Yes.
Yeah. I can always bang a crew on that gives more splash, but that generally doesn't do too much. In fact, it makes it worse rather than better.
But you're doing a lot. Yeah, we're talking about Everest now. But you're doing a lot less damage than Derpy is. Because you've replaced the HVR, the K2 with the HVR, where you've gone for 200% building damage to 82% or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so you don't have that same, Derpy's doing a lot of damage over a large area. You're doing a lot less damage over a large area. And then I'm doing in my build, I'm doing a lot of damage over a smaller area, and so therefore I don't have to worry about splashing things out. If that makes sense. And so therefore my splash points or splash targets, or whatever you want to call them, stay intact. Now I think it's this is all going to change with the what we're seeing with the Ascension mortar, because the Ascension special or whatever, because it's going to have more mortars in the air before they hit the target. So you might have 6 mortars, sets of mortars in the air before they land, but now you may have 8, and so I may run into that same problem putting on the Ascension mortars.
Yeah, well, see, the other thing is the flag has got more countermeasure spots, yet I've got 5 Everests anyway, and I'm not using extra countermeasures, so I'm just wondering whether or not the flag's going to be optimum with using every spot that's available for countermeasures.
And
That's the other thing that you got to look at.
No, I think that's a huge part of it, and that's what I was saying earlier. The you're going to see a reduction in projectile speed if you use the Ascension special, because you have to take away, in my instance, explosive 4 and strike system 5. So they add like 60, 113, and I had to take both of them away to add in the Ascension special, which only adds 90. So I lose 30 projectile speed on my base ships. I gain 7 on the new flag. But how does, and maybe I'm adding in 6 new Gal 4s, which are going to fire at those things. How does that math work out? I have no fucking idea, to be honest.
See, I've just had a look, and my 5th Everest actually only has 1 of each on it. So I've got 2 of each on 4 and 1 of each on 1. The rest are all mortars.
Okay.
So that's sort of making me think, well, with the flag, will I actually need all 6?
Well, you're running HVR, so if you choose not to run HVR because HVR doesn't stack with the Ascension special and a lot of other things, it's
or maybe I just run the flag with the alternate bloody stuff and leave the rest as is. That could be an option too.
Yeah, because you're running the RFX.
Yeah.
So, so your speed would remain the same. Derpy and I are running the Strike 5, so which does not stack with HVR or with the Ascension specials. So there's a change of speed that occurs. So we need, I think Lady Cat, I'm not sure who else is running it that way, but I know Derpy is. And so now you're running into the issue of, okay, well, now I need to change this. I need to change a lot of specials in order to keep the speeds consistent across the board, which makes it tricky.
Yeah, that's what's messed me up. That's why I was not excited that it didn't stack with that engine.
Yeah, or it didn't track with, because almost I would have liked the special better if it gave projectile speed and reload and dropped off at least I think the splash and spread stuff, so I could keep explosive 4 on there. I could keep that special on there and still get the additional 43 projectile speed that it provides. That would have been my favorite.
See, this what they messed us up by not giving us an engine.
So,
or they could have done what they've done in previous versions of ships, has made it so that they all run at the same speed regardless of what engine you put on.
Yeah, the sync drives,
Yeah, like the sync drives, which I think is what's on the ones that they give you or sell you or whatever. But, it messed those of us that trusted them that KT special was the way to go, put that on, couldn't, use that other builds. We built it the best way we could for the special they gave us. trusting them, and it failed, and it's failing again with this special.
No. I mean, I don't think it's failed yet.
Well,
It has the potential to fail.
it's not the best build though. Look at all these.
No. Okay. No,
We don't know whether the build's going to be good or not because we haven't seen the target that's going to be used.
We don't understand the impact of having 6 additional gales. We don't understand what's going to happen in the dynamic with you're going to have 6 additional shots. Is that going to counteract the difference in projectile speed?
Well, I don't know. As I said, I've got 2 extra countermeasures on my 5th ship, and it seems to be running reasonably well. So whether or not you need the all 6 is going to come down to what you're getting bombarded with.
Yeah.
You know, the current target, what I've got is probably capable for that. But if there's more stuff flying at me, well, then maybe that's not going to be quite so good either.
Yeah, and again, I agree with you, and as far as I don't necessarily think it's, I don't think we know that the Ascension special is a bad thing. I really don't.
It's a bad thing for me because I have to swap out my engine.
Well,
FA
is going to coin a build on day 1, and as soon as the FM gets released, I think he already coined everything, so we'll see coming out, and then we'll get our answers.
Yeah.
And I wish Hefe could. I wish Hefe got paid for doing this show, but he doesn't. And I know he's a tightwad, so he is not going to coin.
I do have 10 days of tokens, but the whole issue is.
And 2 more in the raid, so you have to spend 2 of them.
What do I have to do? Say it one time?
You can get 2 more in the raid, so you can spend 2, no problem.
2 whole tokens, wow.
Yeah. So.
That's quite a speed difference, 59 versus 68. That's Pink Drive versus the other engine, right?
Well, yep.
I have this. This is the engine I have because I didn't know what to do, so that's what I put on it. And then I use this warhead reloader for the damage. And you guys are saying you put HVR instead of this guy?
So, no. Go back to your build there.
Yeah. Because I can't. It's not really zoomed in. Just close. Okay, what do you have?
Hold on. I can't see if you're clicking everywhere.
Okay, combustion system.
Oh, God.
Is it too small?
You don't have any. It's a bit small. If you could resize the zoom, we can see more easily.
Yeah, because like combustion system, and then I can't see the.
How do I zoom in here?
You have. He has.
Warhead reloader by the looks of it.
That warhead reloader special should change to be a projectile speed special. I would put high velocity rounds on that slot. Except it conflicts with something else, and you already went past it. I don't know if we really want to get into a build right now.
No, I'm just playing around. You guys are talking about it, so I could hover over stuff, but I if you can't see it, it's not really helping.
Well,
yeah, that must be something else. I don't have HVR on mine.
You have the conflict with K2. You can't have HVR and K2.
This one. Yeah, I've got K2 on everything.
Okay, well.
I'm not unhappy with my build, but I'm all ears, And then you probably have Splash 2 or something on here. Combustion 2. Yeah, Combustion 2, or what's this other one? This one here. explosive system for. Are you using any of the other ones like napalm or anything like that?
No.
No.
I'm using Hyper 30 in that slot,
Mm.
and yeah, I'm using Hyper 30 there and a different.
Is that for the
Yeah,
splash?
No, that's for the projectile speed.
Oh, right. I don't use this very much. Oh, I see. 30%, right? Let's see what the
So
speed is.
that right there is basically the high velocity round build people are going with, except
Except the engine.
the engine and combustion too. But like I said, I don't know if you really want to get into a build right now. We're an hour and a half in.
Yeah, well, mine are already built, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, 19 days, no problem.
You get 2 days tokens on the raid.
Yeah, right.
So, Derpy, how many points you got in the raid?
I've got about 20 million, which I could use another 40 million, or I could just say, you know what, I'm not going to get upgrade tokens. It's like, do I really want to go out and get another 20 million to use on upgrade tokens so my ships are better and I can do the next raid to get more upgrade tokens that next one? I've got my 6 million for the flag, and I'm going to get all 5 of the Ascension specials, and then we'll see what else I can get.
Oh, now that we can do it with Punishers. Although I don't know if we'll be able to do it next raid.
My problem isn't the ability to do the targets, it's the motivation to want to actually hit the things.
Right. Well, I've been doing sort of what Huckett does. I hit the 130s on auto while I'm getting ready for work or whatever, and then I drive the 132s.
Although at least these targets are a little bit quicker to do than some of the previous ones that we've had.
Yeah.
You know, there's not as much mucking around.
Yep.
So how's an hour and 20 with Pontoos?
Well, that's better than my worst time.
Yeah, shit. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
I guess my prize list I was looking at, I had some upgrade kits for the flag, a structure build token. I guess I need the Piranha or the punch drive system, a bunch of tokens, some defender build tokens, some Everest build tokens, just getting a whole bunch of things. Although at this point, like, do I really need to upgrade another regular Munir Tex one? Not really, but I might as well if I want to play. Get the points. I think I probably need about 70 million to get everything. Yeah, I'm at 20 million, so I don't know if I want to get that many points. Is my problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's long and grindy.
We got 4 days, almost 5 days left.
Yeah, but I want it to be a game and enjoy it. And I guess if I'm enjoying the targets, I'll play it.
But you do find a little bit of fun associated with the re-emergence of the Punisher, right?
I did for a few targets.
Yeah, a little bit of dirty fun, but whatever. Because I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, well, you're taking advantage of a glitch and da 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 da." But Yeah.
Yeah, someone
I
already,
don't-
someone already sent me a message, and they already sent me a message that was saying, how dare you talk about this thing in front of Kicksai? They know what you're doing, and you're let's see. I'll put it in private chat here so you can read it. It was quite
Okay.
entertaining.
Okay. Can I read it?
If you want to.
Okay. Dude, you fucking suck as a pirate, LOL. Why all you kids need to be liked so bad, comma, you never learn how to keep your mouth shut, it seems. Look, brother, a lot of us were hitting targets with punishers as soon as the raid started. Hell, I mean, the space in between the commas and the, yeah, it's weird. I don't even have a full fleet of new raid boats. ... It's sorry little motherfuckers like you who fucked it up for everybody just so you can be all look at me and what can I do, Lo? Yes, Kix knows you can do it, but as long as some retard dipshit don't go posting it everywhere. You know,
hold on. I
Wow,
think
he's
there's
a
more.
gangster.
see, I think that, yeah.
He's a real gangster, man.
Jeez, he's got you pegged, Derp.
Derpy's
They-
not the only one that's posted it.
No,
There's still people doing this in the GHC weekend.
And the fact that they get the analytics and they see what's going on in the
there's more.
target.
I think
Okay,
I've
no, it's
seen this
posting everywhere,
Magic
so
Mike.
all the players can see that they won't fix it. This is how
And I
games
suppose
go.
he's also against the retreat and everything blows up strategy as well.
My guess, instead of sucking it up and seeing that maybe next time you keep your mouth shut, you're going to come back with some childish shit. Why it was okay. ...
I
Oh,
haven't
if you
even
don't
read that
think
whole
us
thing.
guys care, I ask you, how do you think I found out the video? Because we were over here talking about your sorry ass.
It sounds like they're gonna jump me. Dang.
Know when to keep your mouth shut, dude. Your practice fucks it up for others, kid.
That's the language of that's the language of cowards. That's what that is. So
It's
don't
gotta
worry
be
about
more
that.
too.
You heard it here first. It's not. It's me, this one player. It's my fault if this
That's
doesn't
all-
work next raid.
Well, if it wasn't for you,
No, everybody knows it's not going to work next raid, and they don't act like they have analytics on every fucking target.
Kickstarter knows exactly what you're doing. They can figure out how many windmill generators you have, and what if there's a correlation between your resource generators and damage taken to target. So they
And
sure
how many
know who's
birds
the
they've
Punisher.
killed. Exactly how many
Exactly.
birds. But you do fuck as a sucking you suck as a pirate. Can't even read it properly. Fucking suck as a pirate. That's
well,
fine.
if you type out the actual word, then you might not get it. You know, it might get banned off. Of
It's Friday. I am tripped up.
And he also told me that I shouldn't be bragging about my over 1 hour damage on the 132. He said, that's too low damage. Why are you posting that? You're letting them know. Well, it's an hour damage.
To me, that's too much damage.
If you have to complain about someone playing well, then you suck as a pirate.
Well, I don't want to go. I mean, I assume this wasn't Chris, right? Sam Chris?
It was no one who works with Kickstarter.
Yeah, was it? Okay.
But you know what it is? It's like it's a throwback to the day. Remember when a raid would come out and there would be a dead spot and you could like take all your ships and go sit in that one dead spot and they couldn't hit you, but you could hit them. That kind of glitchy.
A glitch, yeah.
It was a glitch, but they called it an exploit. It was a glitch. And as long as everybody was quiet about it, and didn't tell the whole world, you could tell your friends or you could do it, but
It wouldn't hit the numbers.
yeah.
No, except for it did, except for their, because they realized everybody's going to go up in arms if they changed it mid-raid.
Yeah.
Some of these
I think this
some
will
of these
still work
things.
next raid, but
My favorite, I saw this guy doing this. I was just kind of bored waiting for repair, and I was cruising around these weird sectors, and I saw, I was watching people do their battles, and this one guy did something, and I saw this glitch, and it was so hilarious. So it was one of these targets, weekly targets, where there's a whole bunch of ships like V2Hs, and they're just deadly at the time, chasing you, and they'd catch up. But what I did was I would go to the right edge and then go all the way to the bottom corner, and all the ships would follow and go to the right edge and get stuck, and they'd spin and they'd slowly come down, and then they wouldn't get close to you, and they'd be out of their range, and you could pick them off. And it was so funny. And that one went on for months. Never ever see that one?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, I like that one. That was fun.
But the first person that posted it would always get blamed. Then
That one I don't ever remember seeing it post. I never said anything, and I only said it to a couple of people. I didn't say it to my alliance, and I think only 3 people I know knew about it, and I'd never seen it. And then I think someone started seeing me do it, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, exit."
So, well, at this point, we've gone on for an hour and 45 minutes, so we should probably wind down the live show. I will put in case anybody wants to join the after show, I will put the link out there. And remember to everybody to go to Amazon and we need to come up with a motto for Derpy's new product. I mean, I'm not putting up with no bullshit. I mean,
That's got some potential.
yeah. There's some possibilities that you have out there, Derpy. Is there anything you have in mind at that point besides that, or
helping you be a better pooper?
Well, yeah, I like mine better, but yeah,
I like yours better too.
Yeah. So we'll be back on Wednesday. Link is in the bottom right in case you guys want to join the after show. And we will see you all on Wednesday when we are learning about the new FM, which is going to be a 4-week FM. And, we'll see you then. So,
good night, all.
Bye.
Later, people.
Night, thanks.